Everyone, this is Tim from Your Six News. Today in this video, I want to go ahead and look at some of the numbers around the PlayStation 4 and see if this is the number one selling PlayStation console of all time and how this compares against the PlayStation 5. Now, it's been about 5 years since I really looked at the numbers for this, and I still use my PlayStation 4 on a daily basis. I put a new SSD in it, and it runs games super quick. I love it, and it still works after like 13 years. So if we go over to Sony's website here, they do have some of the business data and sales numbers on here, like the PlayStation VR. Apparently, this sold like 5 million plus units as of 2019, and it's 2025 right now. So they may have sold a few more since then, even though the PlayStation 5 and the PSVR 2 came out. Then we got the PlayStation 4 numbers here. They're saying they sold 113.5 million as of 2020. And then the PlayStation 5 for them, they currently have listed as 56 million. So these are the numbers they're willing to come out and report. If we look at the top selling consoles of all time, the PlayStation 2 still sits at the top. This is 160 million units plus. And then we got the Nintendo DS at 154 million. Now that really surprises me because I didn't really have a Nintendo DS. I bought a PSP. So all my friends had a Nintendo DS. But then we have the Nintendo Switch. This is at 150 million. That is a lot higher than I expected right there. The Game Boy 118, and then we finally have the PlayStation 4 at 117 million units sold. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth selling best console of all time. And then below that is the original PlayStation, and that came out in 1994, which pretty much led to the success of the PlayStation 2, 3, and 4 from then on. So if we look at this graph, this paints it a little bit better. This has the PlayStation 4 listed at 106 million, but as we know, the Nintendo Switch should be added to this list. Then also, the PlayStation 4 has about 117 million. This is the total global monthly sales of the PS5 versus the PS4. So the PlayStation 5 is in the blue and the PS4 is in the orange. And you can see the line is pretty much comparable between them. There was a little bit of an uptick around 36 months for the PlayStation 5. But right here in the middle, I'm assuming that was right after such events that happened in the world that kind of shut everything down. You can see maybe there was a little bit of a supply chain issue right here, and the PS4 kind of outsold it from then on. And we can look at this graph a little bit closer. So this is 39 months after release right here, and we got it about 55 million units sold. And it seems like the PS5 is selling better in America, but the PS4 has sold globally. So after 52 months of the PlayStation 5 being released, this was at 74 million units, and the PlayStation 4 at 52 months was at 76 million. So this sold 2.01 million more units than the PlayStation 5 at 52 months. And the PS5 leads the PS4 by 1.61 million units in the United States after 53 months, to PlayStation 4's 23.69 million. So globally, the PlayStation 4 is selling much better than the PlayStation 5, but here in the United States, it seems like the PS5 is indeed selling better. And this is even with the PS5 when it faced a bunch of supply chain shortages in 2020 to 2022 because of the whole thing that was going on. So looking at this list, it doesn't seem very likely that the PlayStation 4 is going to be selling a whole lot more units. It may pass the Nintendo original handheld at 118 million units, but it would have to sell 1.5 million more units to go ahead and do that. And some people actually are still buying this today because you can still play it and utilize it and upgrade it with an SSD, and it's still viable. Now, it's kind of difficult to project exactly where the PlayStation 5 is going to rest on this graph right here. Now, seeing how it's selling similar to how the PlayStation 4 is, I'm guessing it's going to be in the same category between the PlayStation 4 and the original PlayStation 1, maybe at 110 million units. Now, it really depends on how Grand Theft Auto is going to sell because that could lead to a potential huge boost. Maybe they boost the PlayStation 5 sales number up to like 120 million overall during the end of the lifespan of that. So my prediction is it's going to be the sixth best selling console of all time. when the PlayStation 6 and so on comes out after that, and the sale numbers kind of just slowly dissipate. So hopefully this video did indeed help you out. If you thought it was interesting, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel down below.